All right, here we are at our 1992 Sumerset. This is a 16 by 64 foot wide body aluminum hull houseboat for sale. We're here on the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee, where this one does have a transferable slip. That's right, this one can remain right here where we're currently located. And as you can see, we've got front and rear porch canvas Issenglass enclosures. Issenglass is your clear material right here. And then we've also got some screens that have been added in. So this one's had a few options added to it, even in just the Issenglass enclosures. You've got, let's see, a screen on either side. So you got a screen here on your port side, screen over here on your starboard side, and then two screens up there on the bow. And that'll allow you to get a lot of circulation in here, even when you have it up in warmer weather. Or if you've got it up in cooler weather and it just happens to turn warm, you don't have to remove all of that. Stay comfortable. Now there are going to be some personal items that are still on board. Most of the personal effects have been removed, but there will still be some exceptions to that. So feel free to reach out to us for the list of exclusions, or whenever you come schedule a time to come see this in person, that's also something we can go over with you. Ceiling fan just overhead, and we're gonna step on inside here. As always, we will remind you to visit our website for the full list of features, specifications, as well as the current asking price. We don't mention that in the video tours because they'll often change until the listing is sold. But for your convenience, we'll have a direct link for this one down in the video description. So if you want to know more about it, if you've got questions about it, we do not monitor YouTube comment page. All you have to do is scroll down to that video description. You'll see a link right there. You can either click on that link, copy and paste it, and put it into a new address bar, and that will take you right to the listing for this one, where you're going to see the asking price right there and all of our contact information. We do make it to that photo slideshow page of this one at our website. We do like to remind you that on the left hand side of that page there'll also be a link for a printable PDF, and that will have even more specifications that don't all fit just on the photo slideshow page. But you will find our phone number there where you can call us, you can text us, and then there'll be a link to email us as well. We do like to remind you, if you have not gotten an email reply back and it's been one business day, please check your spam folder. We normally get those replies back out during business days, and usually in a matter of a couple hours, probably 6 hours on average. So this is our remote panel for a 3,000 watt trace inverter, and that is powered with a pair of, I believe they're D size, basic golf cart size AGM batteries. Those batteries renew in 2014. And then we've got your engine instrumentation right here. This is going to be your port side tachometer, engine temperature, battery volts, engine oil pressure, and your port side fuel gauge. We are only showing 19.6 hours on that port side engine. Now coming over here to the starboard side, we got a rudder angle indicator gauge right here in the center, and then as you move along, same engine instrumentation over here on the starboard side. You got a fuel gauge for the starboard side tank, engine oil pressure, battery volts, engine hours. Starboard side engine is showing 22.9 hours, so we'll call that 23 on the starboard side. There's your engine temp gauge, your tachometer, and then we do have a waste holding tank gauge right here. C-Fire automatic halon fire suppression system, and then here's your switches here for your navigation lights, your engine blower, your horn. That's just an accessory switch right here, and then this remote spotlight control. Here's those shift and throttle controllers, and then your large wheel there. That's a VHF radio mounted just to the side of the helm station right there, and then just overhead we have a AM/FM cassette stereo with zoned audio throughout. We've got 5 separate zones on here. We do have a zone up there on the front porch. We've got a zone here in the main salon. I believe there's also going to be a zone in the master bedroom and on the rear porch. So we've got some updated flooring. That would be an access hatch down for your underhull storage area. That's where your plumbing and your electrical and your HVAC ducts is all going to be down below. But what's not being used for that is all very usable storage space. Some people do maximize that storage space better than others. This one has a pair of 80-gallon freshwater tanks. We've got a 19-gallon water heater, and that's electric. And then we've got a pair of 80-gallon waste holding tanks. And while we're on the subject, we've got a pair of 95-gallon aluminum fuel tanks. Freshwater tanks and your waste tanks are all going to be plastic polypropylene tanks, and your fuel tanks are aluminum. It's a nice little leather sofa right here in the main living room area. Ceiling fan overhead. Do have central heat and air conditioning. I believe it's a 2.5 ton Goodman unit on this one that was installed. We'll have it, actually we'll have the exact install date down in the written specs on our website. I believe it was about 2014 or 2016 that was installed. That would be a 32-inch Samsung HD television here in your main living room. This is currently wired up with the Dish Network system, and there's a DVD player over there as well. Now the Dish Network receivers will be excluded, but if you want to maintain that Dish Network service, all you have to do is transfer that account. The satellite will be staying. There'll be a fixed satellite dish that will basically already be dialed in and aimed in the right direction for Dish Network. Should mention that here with this particular marina, they do provide Wi-Fi. That is part of one of the amenities that is included here. And here in our galley kitchen, we have basically residential appliances. We have a Kenmore side-by-side refrigerator freezer with ice and water in the door. That would be a GE profile smooth top 4-burner oven range with an over-the-range GE Space Maker microwave, stainless sink, and a Space Maker 603 GE under counter dishwasher. Over here, just below where your television is, we have a U-line under counter ice maker that's installed just behind your waste bin right here. All right, moving along. As you notice, we've got a single level interior layout, and right here, just at the entrance of this center hallway, we have a Maytag Neptune stacked washer and dryer. Now we've got, just behind your galley, we have a large pantry storage. That's basically a walk-in pantry storage cabinet. And directly across from there would be our first of 3 staterooms. Now, we do have a pocket sliding door right there at the entrance. And then we've got our wood floors are stopping. We've got carpeted bedrooms. This is a queen-size bed, ceiling fan overhead, nice large window here, as well as a large hanging closet. That would be about a 15-inch RCA LED HD television. Got lighting right overhead there, and again, this is a queen-size bed. And go back out to our center hallway as we continue down. I'm going to stop here for a moment, middle of the hallway here, and we've got our power panel right here in the hallway here. So this is going to be your 12-volt power up here on this half. Everything's all nice and labeled, DC power, all your different switches labeled. You got a remote start for your generator, and then this we're going to be able to transfer from your generator power to your shore power. And this is idiot proof for you. You've got to basically flip this breaker down and slide that over before you can turn on that generator power and take off the AC power. And then this lower half of the panel, from this line down, this is all your AC power. We've got 250 amp shore power cables that feed this boat, and you can see everything's also nicely labeled right in here as well. This is a 3-owner boat, and here's our bathroom. We've got another pocket door right here. We've got a nice walk-in shower. That is a Galley Maid marine head. and a large vanity sink over here. Nice large bathroom here. Now, there is another bathroom entrance right here, and they've just got a nice little storage cabinet there, because basically this is primarily just used by a couple, and they don't mind basically closing that access off. I'll show you that doorway here in a moment whenever we get into the master stateroom. But before we go that far, this would be the second of our bedrooms. Another sliding pocket door right there, and then we've got 3 steps down. This basically drops down into the hull storage area, and we've got a nice large ceiling here. Goes the full height of the boat, and then we step down to this lower cuddy here. And this there's no mattress right here. You do have room for a queen size bed right here. That is, I believe, about 5.5 feet by about 6 feet 3 inches. So plenty of room down here. Little 12-volt fan right there. Cuddy window here. There's one of your central heat and air HVAC air ducts right there, and then we have access to our underhull storage area right through here. This is one of 3 different access points. We've got basically 2 hatches, one up near the Helm station, and then one back here in the master stateroom, as well as that one right there that I just opened for you. Now then, here's your doorway here to close off the master stateroom. This is a California king size bed back here in the master stateroom. Ceiling fan overhead, and basically right there where that ottoman is, that would be your 3rd access point for that underhull storage. And then you can also see we've got basically built-in nightstands on either side of this California king, so you a little bit of room on both sides actually. So if you wanted a standard king size bed, it would accommodate that as well. Again, ceiling fan overhead, and we've got a nice integrated dresser back here, large vanity mirror, hanging closet right here, and this would be about a 20-inch Vizio LCD television. And then this was that other entry into that bathroom right there. So just want to call your attention to that. They're just basically not using this entryway, but it is set up for that. So essentially that's going to be a shared access bathroom if you do have guests on board. Depending on who your guests are, this door will close, and basically it's going to give you access to, or whoever's in the master stateroom is going to have access to the bathroom as well as out here in the hallway. So you can see that center hallway layout, again, all one level interior. And we'll head out to the rear deck where we have another Issenglass canvas enclosure. We've got a screen on the port side, screen here at the stern, and then a screen over here on the starboard side. And then I do have those engine hatches raised so I can show off the MerCruiser 3.0 liter fuel efficient inline 4-cylinder inboard outboard stern drive engines. Again, that's an Alpha 1 outdrive on there, and this one I believe was the 23 engine hours on this side. Onboard battery charger right here. We've got hydraulic shift and throttle cables as well as hydraulic steering system. And then here's that center hatch right here. This is a Westerbeke generator. That's a 12.5 kW Westerbeke generator. Yeah, how many engine hours are on here? So I'm just going to step down right here and show you. There we are. 794.4 hours on this 12.5 kW Westerbeke generator. So we'll call that 795. And then, while I'm here, we've got a pair of 95-gallon aluminum fuel tanks. I referenced these earlier. There's your port side, there's your starboard side. There's that C-Fire Hayline fire suppression system that also made reference to whenever we were at the whenever I was at the lower helm there just a little bit earlier. Nice dry bilge right here in the center. And over here on your port side, here's that other MerCruiser 3.0 liter 4-cylinder digital electronic ignition. I believe this one was 19 hours and change, so we'll call this one 20 hours. And that would be the that'd be your hydraulic at sea throttle, and this would be your hydraulic shift cable. And I'll show you, there's a little hydraulic reservoir over here for that. Here we are. There's your hydraulic engine control system reservoir for your hydraulic fluid, and this right here would be your hydraulic steering arm. So there's also a Galley Maid system on the on your marine head here, but that does go into, that feeds into a pair of 80-gallon waste holding tanks. So those are basically two separate 80-gallon tanks. When one fills up, it's going to carry over and start filling the other. Ceiling fan overhead back here on the rear porch. Nice sliding door. I'm going to move these bar stools here so you can see where we've got basically 2 steps that go down to a slide-out swim boarding ladder. So this gate's actually going to lift right up. We've got some things stored down there, so I'm going to leave that closed, but I do want to show you 2 steps right there, leads down to a pull-out swim boarding ladder. And here's a pair of your speakers back here for that zoned audio system that we've made reference to earlier as well. Now, we do have a zipper right here that I'm going to slide up so I can head up to the rooftop here. There's that heat pump for our central HVAC system. Again, I believe that is a 2.5 ton HVAC system. That's a residential central heating and air system. And then we've got a small canvas party top up here on your roof. Flagpole landed to the corner over here along with the deck storage locker. We got two more speakers up here, so that would be the 5th zone right here. 4 zones down below, 5th one up top, and also looks like a speaker here in the rooftop bar, maybe 2 of them. Yep, the 4 speakers up here. We do have canvas party top just overhead here. Now, it should be mentioned that the roof is going to need some attention. It's due to be coated. Fiberglass and gel coat is what's on here right now. There are alternatives to gel coat. 2 more speakers up here on the rooftop, and then here's that fixed satellite antenna. Again, that is set up on Dish Network as of right now. Both spotlights just forward here. So while we're on the subject of the roof, we do have some areas. So this is referred to as your gutter on a houseboat, and even though it's not the traditional gutter that you have on a house, it is here in order to direct your rainwater off the boat. And you can see where it's supposed to go right there. But we do have, so this gel coat is kind of chipped in several areas, and we do have some fiberglass showing right here. Now that fiberglass will withstand moisture, but if water is left sitting on here, it will eventually work its way through. So we can see we do have some areas here where that gel coat is coming off, and we do have some exposed fiberglass. So you can go back over top of this with gel coat, or you can use one of several alternatives to gel coat. Pit Thing is getting widely popular on Lake Cumberland, and that is basically polyurethane based paint. You still have to rough the surface up some. Do about 2-3 coats of that, and you should have a 10-year plus roof. Now we've got some more of that kind of peeling off basically all around your gutter edges on your interior side, and I'll kind of run the camera around here. Now, I've not noticed any staining down below, and I really have not noticed any soft spots up here on the rooftop. Now, marine surveyor is going to check this thoroughly. They're going to use a moisture meter as well as do some percussion testing and check for areas of moisture intrusion, possible delamination, things like that. So it is due, does need attention, but everything appears to be nice and solid up here as of right now. All right. Well, we're just about done with this one, but we've got a bonus to show you. I'm going to do a walk around of the exterior, and then I'm going to walk down the dock here because there's going to be a pontoon boat that will be available as an additional purchase with this one. So we're going to walk down the slip and then show you that as well. Now, if the buyer does not want the pontoon boat, the houseboat can be purchased without, but it will be offered as an additional purchase. And if the houseboat sells and the buyer does not elect to purchase the pontoon as well, then we'll just list it separately. We do have a 4-step swim boarding ladder up here on the bow. That's been that was an aftermarket addition. And we do have the striping is showing a little bit of age on the exterior of the boat. A little bit of cracking here on the solid sides. Now, Polyglow has been on here previously, and you'll see kind of some spotchiness to the exterior right in this area. This is where that Polyglow is on there. There will be additional Polyglow product that will be staying with the boat, so that is something that can be brought back up to life. And this is what Polyglow would do whenever it's ready to be recoated or another coat applied. It's going to start to kind of get spotty or splotchy like that. But you can just simply give it a good cleaning, follow the application instructions, and continue to go right back over that with the Polyglow. And that's essentially it's kind of a way to protect the sides of the boat without having to do a whole lot of buffing and waxing. It's kind of a shortcut, and when done and kept up, it's a great way to maintain the exterior of the boat. This one is just due to have it all reapplied, or if you want to strip it off and just do traditional wax, that would be the time to do so. We've got newer canvas, rail canvas as well. That is the vinyl mesh rail canvas. I believe that was all done at the same time that the enclosures were redone, and you've got that basically going up the stairs and covers your railing, your upper and lower railing. So now then, we're going to take a short little walk down to the what's available for an additional purchase on this one. Down here, just down the walkway here. And I'm going to show you a 2011 Sun Chaser D22 pontoon boat. It is powered by a 90 horsepower Yamaha 4-stroke outboard motor. It is rated for 14. It's got a pair of fishing seats on it up here on the bow. We've got a Minn Kota trolling motor, pair of docking lights, bimini top overhead. Now, fishing equipment is excluded, but you will have a little rod holder right there behind your driver's seat. Here's that 90 horsepower Yamaha 4-stroke outboard motor. And this one's in really good shape here as well. That upholstery is in great shape. And again, this is going to be offered as an additional purchase. If somebody's just getting started, they would have the option to buy this along with the houseboat. Also get you a nice slip. There is going to be a waiting list here for slips, so this is also would be an opportunity to get you a slip. We've got a what we got here, a one that looks like about a 6-step swim boarding ladder here on the back. Again, ski tow bar, referenced that a minute ago. Rated for 14, and this is our that's a JBL AM/FM CD stereo. We've got a depth finder here at your Helm station. We've got MP3 auxiliary input for the stereo right there. Tachometer, battery volts, speedometer, fuel gauge, and drive trim gauge. 12-volt power outlet right here next to your driver's seat. Upholstery is in really good condition on this one. And we've got 4 stereo speakers. This is your pop-up changing room. This is going to unsnap right here and fold up, and then of course this canvas will come right out of that bag, give you a nice little changing room. Also a great place to put a porta potty. Depending on who is boating with you, that may or may not be a requirement. And so that frame snaps back into place, goes right down there just like that. 3 entry gates. And again, this one you will have the option to purchase this in addition to the houseboat. And we'll have the full list of details and specifications of this one at the website also. So I'm gonna walk back over here. We'll finish here at the houseboat. Again, visit the website for your convenience. Follow that direct link down in the video description. That will take you right to the listing page for this 1992 Sumerset 16 by 64 foot wide body aluminum hull houseboat for sale. Again, powered by twin MerCruiser fuel efficient 4-stroke inboard outboard engines. 3 bedroom, 1 bath. We'll have all the details there at the website. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions. Be happy to answer any questions you have. Set up a time for you to come see this one in person. And I thank you again for joining us. You'll see the yournewboat.com logo pop up in the top right hand corner of the page as we start to finish here today. And that's just a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And the top left hand corner is going to show you just the current listing playlist that we have on YouTube. So if you're looking or browsing around on YouTube, you may stumble across a sold listing at first. If you just want to look at what we currently have available, in that top left hand corner will be a link for just the current listings that we have. Those are updated, and the website is updated as well. So I thank you again for joining us. Again, this is the 1992 Sumerset 16 by 64 foot wide body aluminum hull houseboat for sale here on the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee, with that transferable slip. Again, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Use that link to the top left to just view the current listings. Thank you again.